Hey everyone, in this video we're going to get ROCm set up on your PC in well under an hour, depending on your internet speed. And this took me a good 12 to 16 hours, so hopefully I'll be saving you a lot of time. And I've also created a text tutorial which you can use if you'd prefer to this video, or you can use it alongside this video, which is what I'm going to show you. I'm using virtually a clean install of Ubuntu for this. I've just changed it to dark mode and added the necessary things to record this video. And so other than that, what you're going to need is you're going to need a GPU that is, I've only tested it on the 700 XTX because that's what I have. However, from what I've researched, it should work on any of these and any of these. So it should work from like the 800 and above, and then the 700 gray and above. And I think it might even work on a 700 XT. However, I'm not too sure. So I've not tested it on anything other than 700 XTX. So it will work with that. Anything else I'm not too sure. Then these are the rest of my system specs. So this is the version of Ubuntu I'm using, which is going to be more important than the rest of this. So this should work with 22.04 as well as 24.04, but in this I'm using 24.04 since that's what's worked for me. So before we start installing ROCm, we're going to have to configure our BIOS to disable the integrated graphics, because this can cause some conflict, and I had a little bit of an issue with this. And then just look for wherever you can find the integrated graphics and then disable that. Then once that's all done, you can log back into Ubuntu and you can continue with this video. So to start with, we're going to have to install Docker. So to start with, open a terminal by pressing Ctrl-Alt-T, and then I'm going to put this in the top right. So if you're following along, you can have the same setup as me, but in this bottom right corner, just put the video. And so first of all, we have to ensure that the system is up to date. So if we copy this and then paste, then enter your password, and then just run one command at a time. And because this is literally set up so you can just run them one after the other, and it should just all install perfectly. And then if we go to step 3, this is enabling Docker, and step 4 just to verify that we do have Docker installed correctly. So you should see this, which is verifying that we have this version of it. So that's all good. And after this, we can actually just get straight onto downloading ROCm. So I just had a small error with this there. I forgot to put sudo before this. So for downloading this image, you want to put sudo space and then paste the command in. You might want to have some clothes ready to fold because this is going to take a while. Okay, so that took in the region of an hour and a half, which is a lot longer than last time. Not too sure why, but so once you've got that done, if we copy this, we paste this, but don't press enter yet. And then what I'm going to do is on my home screen, I'm going to create a new folder. Just call this ML projects. Okay. And then if you open that, and so if you look at this, you want to change home, you want to use name desktop my folder to this path. So that's your username there, and then that's the folder name. So we go ahead and close that. Then in this, ML projects, and then your username as well. The other thing we can do is we can change the name of the container. So instead of calling it my ROCm container, call it ROCm latest. That will do for now. You can call this whatever you want, and then enter. Okay, so the problem with this was that we needed to prefix the command with sudo, and also the comments are messing it up a little bit. So if I then paste that and then enter, now this here is showing that we're inside this Docker container. What we want to do is we want to verify the installation, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cd / then we want to move into the workspace. So okay, so what I've just checked is I had a slight misunderstanding. So what happens on this line here, it sets the workspace inside of your container to this here. So workspace is this location. So now that we're inside of workspace, if we were to create a file, for example, inside of ML projects, you would now have access to it within this container. And so now to verify ROCm, we can copy ROCm info across and enter, and you should get really long line of text like this. If it's wrong, if you don't have ROCm installed for whatever reason, it's not worked, it will return an error rather than this. So now if we want to verify PyTorch, if we copy that and paste that, then that's the version of PyTorch that we have. So that's also correct. If it would return an error again if we don't have it. And then lastly, we can fully confirm if this is working. So if we copy this and paste, then enter this. So what this does is it clones this GitHub repository and trains an AI using ROCm, and so this is us testing that it's working, and it will train through 14 epochs. And there we have, it's completed. And so what that's done is it's trained an AI based on the MNIST handwriting digit dataset. And so this is just a little test to tell that everything's up and running. And that's everything from this video. So if this has helped, feel free to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos about making AI as easy as possible for beginners.